Welcome to the Smoking Saucer, the show where we dust off and revisit interesting UFO files, crack them open with new theories and new perspectives, and ask the big question, are we alone? Or have we basically been running an intergalactic Airbnb without knowing it? I'm Matt, your resident alien believer and seeker of a higher truth. And trust me, I know they're out there waiting to be found.
And I'm Jennifer, your resident voice of reason, the one standing between Matt and his dream of turning his backyard into a full-service UFO rest stop, complete with glow-in-the-dark landing strips, a questionable snack bar, and a gift shop stocked with tchotchkes.
Hey, Jen, don't knock the UFO rest stop. It's not just an alien welcome mat, it's a future cultural landmark. I mean, what better way to break the ice with otherworld visitors than by offering them humanity's greatest hits? Ghost pepper chips, neon gummy worms, pickle-flavored popcorn, and a 64-ounce dirty soda that could probably power their ship.
You keep telling yourself that, Matt. Today we're diving into one of the wildest, most controversial UFO cases out there, the 1996 Varginha Incident in Brazil.
Ooh, yes. This one's not just lights in the sky, Jen. This one had up-close beings, eyewitnesses, military cover-ups. This is Brazil's Roswell, people.
Or a textbook case of mass hysteria, fueled by urban legends in a small-town rumor mill cranked into overdrive, complete with the promise of a tourism boom.
Here we go. Buckle up, guys. We're about to step back into the thick, ammonia stench air of January 20th, 1996, a day that still echoes with mystery and whispers from the locals. It's a warm afternoon in Varginha, a small city in, I wonder if I can pronounce this, Minas Gerais, Brazil. 3 girls ages 14, 16, and 22 are walking home when they see something squatting by a wall in an empty lot. They describe it as brownish, oily skin, a big head, and red glowing eyes.
Now wait, Matt, don't start there. This can be anything. Or, in other words, a stray animal, maybe a sick capybara, or a hunched-over homeless man covered in mud.
Come on, Jen. The eyewitness said it was not human. No ears, no nose, just slits. And when it looked at him, they ran screaming. But come to think of it, I might run screaming if I saw a naked homeless man covered in mud.
Which is a completely rational reaction if you think you're looking at something strange. But eyewitness testimony? Matt, unreliable, especially from scared girls as young as 14 years old.
Wait, except the fire department was already out that day catching something unusual in the woods, and locals reported a UFO crashing or landing, smoke rising, and army trucks and soldiers in the area earlier in the day.
Ah, yes, the legendary convoy of military trucks. Because no UFO story is complete without an ominous parade of a caravan of headlights. But the fire department getting involved. Okay, that's more interesting.
Yes, going a step further, witnesses say they saw a strange craft earlier that morning. Some even claimed to hear an explosion. And here's the kicker. Days later, 2 creatures were reportedly captured, one creature by the fire department and one by army personnel.
Or maybe 2 men down on their luck, caked in mud from the rain. Hardly otherworldly, but enough to startle anyone in the right moment.
You're impossible. But listen, one of those creatures reportedly ended up at the local hospital. Nurses swore the air reeked of ammonia. Its skin left behind a tacky glue-like residue. And within minutes, the place was crawling with soldiers who whisked it away like it was top secret spy movie.
Matt, hospitals constantly have strong chemical odors from cleaners and antiseptics. And that so-called sticky residue could easily have been something routine, like medical adhesive. What else do you got?
But here's where it gets eerie. I'm terrible with these names. Corporal Marco Eli Chereze, a soldier who supposedly handled one of these beings, died shortly after from a mysterious infection. Coincidence?
It's undeniably tragic, but a so-called mysterious infection in Brazil in the 90s could stem from countless terrestrial causes. Environmental exposure, undiagnosed pathogens, even medical complications. There's little reason to jump immediately to an extraterrestrial origin.
All right, hold on, because I've got you on this one. What if I told you this isn't just one government keeping secrets, but two? That's right, two full-blown cover-ups working hand in hand. You heard me. Two nations, two sets of locked files, and one mystery they clearly don't want the rest of us to see.
Go on.
It's not just that the Brazilian government allegedly removed alien bodies, confiscated photos, and locked away medical reports from public view. According to multiple accounts, the trail doesn't end there. Witnesses have long claimed there was direct coordination with the U.S. government. Out of nowhere, a United States Air Force transport plane reportedly touched down. Soldiers quickly loaded sealed containers, described by some as coffin-like, aboard the aircraft. Without shutting down the engines or making any formal announcement, the plane lifted off again, bound straight for the United States. If true, that suggests the operation reached far beyond Brazil's borders.
That you're reaching right now. All you've got is hearsay layered on top of speculation. There's still no concrete proof, no documents, no verifiable records that show the U.S. had any hand in this.
You see, that's the problem with skeptics. You're so quick to dismiss that you overlook the bigger pattern. Look at the witnesses, not just one or two, but dozens. Farmers, mechanics, everyday people with nothing to gain and everything to lose by speaking up.
And let's be honest, stories snowball fast when the press smells a headline. The moment local radio dubbed it the ET from Varginha, the narrative caught fire. Suddenly, people who'd never spoken up before were coming forward, each convinced they'd seen something, feeding a frenzy that made the whole town feel like ground zero.
Because it happened.
Because it was profitable. TV crews, tabloid headlines. Brazil's own version of UFO tourism was born overnight.
So let's break this down again, because here's what makes the Varginha case hard to shake. Multiple independent sightings scattered across a single day, like pieces of a puzzle. Flat-out denials from officials. The Brazilian military still swears nothing happened, and those unsettling physical traces, that sharp chemical stench, reported again and again, and three young girls so shaken by what they saw that it haunted them for years.
And here's where the whole thing starts to unravel. Not a shred of physical evidence to back up the claims. Eyewitness stories that twist and contradict each other the more you dig. And after all the hype, not a single verified photo of these so-called creatures. Just rumors and shadows where proof should be.
But there was a photo. Witnesses absolutely swear it existed, and yet it never saw the light of day. Because according to multiple accounts, the military swooped in and snatched it almost immediately. Let that sink in. Why on earth would they seize something so ordinary unless it wasn't ordinary at all?
Matt, rumors aren't evidence. Saying the military grabbed a photo without anything to show for it is no different than me claiming I saw you ride a unicorn down Main Street. Colorful story, sure, but until there's something tangible, it's just imagination.
Hilarious, Jen, but you can't just brush past the consistencies. Witness after witness, people from completely different walks of life describe the same details. The red eyes, that crouched, almost defensive posture, the slick, oily skin. These weren't coordinated stories. These folks didn't even know each other. That kind of alignment doesn't happen by accident.
Or, far more likely, they were all influenced by the same pop culture images. Sci-fi movies, TV shows, magazine covers, those kinds of visuals seep into people's minds, so when something strange happens, they reach for the same template. It doesn't make it real, it makes it familiar.
Jen, you're killing me here.
Look, I'm not saying nothing happened. They clearly saw something. Maybe a sick animal, maybe someone in distress, maybe even a prank gone wrong, Matt. But to jump straight to aliens, that's not just a leap, that's a poll vote over every logical explanation we have.
And I am saying something extraordinary happened. And if we ever find that missing piece of evidence, just one leaked photo, one official confession, this case goes from folklore to history overnight.
And if that ever happens, I'll buy you a round-trip ticket to Brazil and put you up in a 5-star hotel and VIP access to the press conference.
Deal. But until then, Varginha Brazil case stays on my list as one of the most perplexing UFO stories I ever heard.
And on my list, it stands out as one of the most incomplete UFO cases. So many gaps and unanswered questions that make it hard to call definitive, yet enough consistent details to warrant a much closer look.
And that wraps up today's plunge into the mystery of the Varginha Incident. So what do you think? Did farmers observe a UFO crash? Did the military really seal off the area? Did a couple of wide-eyed girls stumble upon an extraterrestrial? Drop us a line in the comments section, because out here, every theory keeps the lights on and the saucers spinning.
By all means, if you out there think this story is hogwash, give us your debunking theory. I would love to put this in the solved category.
Next week, Jen, are we really going to talk about President Eisenhower's secret treaty with an alien race? Oh man, this is going to be so good. I can't wait.
I have to admit, this is so much to swim through, yet can't say there is any hard evidence.
You've been listening to The Smoking Saucer. At the heart of this podcast is the conversation of two strong viewpoints clashing, questioning, and exploring the mysteries we can't stop thinking about. UFO conspiracies, cryptids, and those classic tales of hauntings and ghosts. After all, who doesn't enjoy a new rabbit hole to jump into? Until next time.
And keep chasing every question, because each answer we uncover isn't a finish line, but a key that swings open yet another door to mysteries still waiting in the shadows.
Until then, keep your eyes on the skies and your mind wide open, because the truth might already be closer than we think.